It's a great day for hockey here in Bloomington, Minnesota, at the Bloomington Ice Garden Rink 3. It's the 2019 North American Hockey Showcase on Youth Hockey Hub. We're going to go ahead and take a listen in as they introduce the teams for New England and North America.
In goal, number 1, Luke Carithers. Number 6, Nate Kenny. Number 8, Camden Shore. Wow. Number 9, Spencer Thornborough. Number 11, Brady Soper. Number 14, Gus Olson. Number 19, Angelo Porpera. Number 27, Brian Frost. Number 37, Zachary Steely. Number 44, Wyatt Britton. Number 63, A.J. Young. And number 77, Thomas Becerra. Now the starting lineups from Team North America. In goal, number 30, Finn Hansen. At defense, number 4, Brendan Clemens. And at the other D, number 5, Aiden Graber. At the wings for Team North America, number 14, Easton Monahan. And number 12, Blake McShane. Starting at center for North America, number 15, Zach Zimmerman. North America's coached by Chad Lee and Chad Zimmerman. Gentlemen, please rise, remove your caps as we honor America in the playing of our national anthem.
And we welcome you into this broadcast of the 2019 North American Hockey Showcase on Youth Hockey Hub. My name is Eric Zamora, bringing you the play-by-play coverage of this evening's contest. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for New England in red jerseys with gray numerals and trim going from left to right. New England will go with Luke Carithers in between the pipes. At defense on the left side, A.J. Young, Wyatt Britton, his defensive partner. Top line centered by Alex Frost, Spencer Thornborough on the left side, Zachary Steely on the right wing side. North America in the black jerseys with red numerals and trim going from right to left. Here in the opening 15 minutes, we'll go with Finn Hansen in between the pipes. And he is tested early with a nice kick save. Keeps that out. Diving over and sprawling makes another fantastic play. Defensively, they start with Aiden Graber and Brendan Clemens on the defensive side. Top line centered by Zach Zimmerman on his right. Will be Blake McShane, and on the left wing side, Easton Monahan. North America in the offensive zone, and they lose that zone. This will be picked up, skating through, snapping a shot off the mark as Carithers watches that one whistle wide to his left. Played ahead for Kenny. Stripped away by Clemens. North America back into the offensive zone. Clemens had a man with him, was McShane, couldn't find a solution to get it to him. They'll cycle to the point. Nice job calling for it and getting the attention. It's a loose puck and nearly trickled through. With it and with some time is Frankie Schmitz. He is hounded. And now taking over Gus Olson. He'll wrap it around the boards. Has an outlet. It's stripped away by North America. Persistent on the puck. They will switch it over to the opposite side. Daniel Browning trying to pick that up. A collision of bodies there in front of the New England bench. Still digging at it, trying to pry it loose. Thomas Bezerick helping out with that. Bezerick now floats it ahead. It's chopped away, and the North America squad moves it from left to right defensively, then gets it out of the zone and quickly dumped back in by New England. They're coached by head coach Todd Sloper, assistant coaches Glenn Thornborough and Cole Bassett. North America gains the line. Great drop pass. Tangled up. Paxton Lee got a piece of it and advances it behind the goal line. 2:45 gone here in a scoreless first period. We've got a penalty upcoming, and I believe this is going to be called against Bezerick, and it is indeed high-sticking the call with 12:11 left to go in a scoreless first period. We'll see if it remains scoreless, however, with the North America squad getting an opportunity to go on the man advantage here. North America has already played a game earlier today. That's why if it seemed a little odd that one team had their full team announced and the other didn't, it's because this is the first action that New England has had throughout the tournament. After each team's first game, they just announced the starting lineup. Hence, North America had just their starting six announced by the PA announcer. Working it deep was Aiden Graber. Hails from Grand Forks, North Dakota. Fired towards the net off the mark. And Carithers, who stands tall in that crease, watches that one sailed wide. Short-handed bid, trying to feed it over. Centering pass. Now this will turn around. Wyatt Britton out there with Young. North America snaps a shot. It's off the mark. 53 seconds left to go in the man advantage for the North American squad. Brought ahead by Bezerick. Bezerick tries a toe drag and unable to get past the stifling defense of North America. Kicked ahead, not out. They'll snap it towards the netminder. Hansen takes notice, sent down the length of the ice. Icing will be the call with 10:39 left to go in our opening frame. We do have some scores to bring for you in earlier action, including North America participating in the first game of the contest. They were defeated by Midwest. Final score in that one, 7-2. Manitoba built up a 3-0 lead after 2 periods of play and held on for a 3-1 lead against International. Great Plains defeated Great Lakes by a final of 12-3. It was USA all over Minnesota 9-1, and in a come-from-behind victory that we saw not too long ago, within the half hour, East Coast defeated Pacific by a score of 4-3. Ahead of us in the slate of games, the North and the South battling over on the rink to our south over on Rink 2. However, do not have a score for that one yet. We're back to 5-on-5. Trying to knife through was Clemens. He's backed up by Browning. This will be played down the length of the ice. Checking over each shoulder is Schmitz, Frankie Schmitz, hailing from Bloomington. The local boy gets the puck ahead on a pass to the right side. This will be swept ahead. Browning feeds it into the slot. A diving effort there by New England's Angelo Perpera. Perpera hails from nearby Stillwater. A drive clapper and another shot taken after pointing the stick to the rafters. Neither of those end up getting through. North America's Aiden Iliff, who calls Plymouth, Minnesota his hometown, with an offering, but it'll be taken by New England. New England gains the line. Great pass over, and they have the netminder moving. Spencer Thornborough pulls the trigger on that shot, can't get it to connect. Again, they try to feed it over. Thornborough, the intended target. This New England squad has 8 of their players hail from Massachusetts and 2 from New Hampshire. They do have 3 teams that are a little more local, hailing from Minnesota, rounding out their roster. Those being Carithers, the goaltender out of Maple Grove, Perpera out of Stillwater, and Gus Olson, who hails from Afton. Try a pass through the middle. That is broken up. North America gains the line. On the forehand, they'll feed it to the point, and it skips through. Graber starting to pick his head up and look ahead to what he was going to do. Had that one just slip under the tape. We've all had that happen to us. North America feeding it ahead. Getting a touch on it was Michelson. Gets tangled up. Pops right back up and looking to defend as New England moves it ahead to break out. With it is Gus Olson. Olson fires. Glove saved by the netminder. That'll stop action with 6:43 remaining in the first period. 11 players on the North America side hail from Minnesota, 3 from North Dakota, 1 from Wisconsin, Gavin Weber out of Williams Bay. And the Billings, Montana native, Cade Michelson, the lone representative from his home state. North America initially was to have a player from New York to round out the squad, but was told that he would not be making the tournament. Takes a bad break off of one of their own players' skate, so a puck heading towards the crease and ends up being played away. Outlet pass / clearing attempt, and because of the sharp angle that it was taken with, was never going to be called for icing. Don't even think it would have gotten there, and certainly had it somehow, players would have had plenty of time to get to it. Browning stepping up and then gets tangled up in the corner and loses an edge. Left point for New England keeps it in. 5.5 to go in a scoreless first period. Slamming on the break, Browning. Right idea as he switches from left to right. North America in a change. Weber heads onto the ice. A New England player spun down, but both the officials keep their hands perpendicular to their bodies. No call coming. Slamming on the brakes is Brady Sloper out of North Andover, Massachusetts, the son of Todd Sloper, the head coach. Mentioned that 8 of the players for New England hailing from Massachusetts, as it's gloved by the goalkeeper, Hansen, who then tried to get rid of it as soon as he could, but the official, not realizing he was trying to play the puck and keep it alive, blew the play dead with 4:40 to go. But this New England squad has 5 of their 8 players from Massachusetts and both of their New Hampshire residents, all playing for Top Gun. 7 in all hail from that program. We will have a power play opportunity for New England, tripping the call against Aiden Iliff. And excuse me, that's Aiden Graber, not Iliff, headed to the box. Thrown towards the net and sticked away by Iliff. And they'll blow the play dead with 10 seconds into the penalty kill for North America. Again, if this is your first broadcast with us, we will only have a 60-second break between periods 1 and 2. The extended timeout will be between periods 2 and 3 when they take the time to resurface. Brought across with speed in North America, shorthanded, centering it, and it goes in. An impossible angle to score from unless you're able to carom it off the netminder. It's a shorthanded tally, first I've seen here in the tournament, and with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the opening frame, North America takes the lead. They're on top, 1-0. Ten minutes, 50 seconds, time of the goal. But they've still got a penalty to kill off here for another minute and 29 seconds. But that'll certainly put some pep in your step. If you're a team out there, that's such a huge boost. Not that you are looking to have to use this. You know that even if you end up giving up a goal in the end, as it's thrown towards the net, and the netminder without a stick makes the stop, and then they are looking to sweep his stick back to him. It's thrown towards the net. Now the goalkeeper. Diving over to his right, we're going to have a penalty upcoming. Slashing will be the call, and I believe we'll now skate 4-on-4. But after Schmitz's short-handed goal, and that is indeed the case with the penalty being called against New England, what you were hoping for on a penalty kill is to have neither team score, have the score remain the same. After you get a shorthanded goal on a one minor, you're playing with house money, even if you end up getting scored on later on the penalty kill, then there's no net gain either way. But here, an even better result for North America, as they have killed off the 5-on-5 after having scored a shorthanded tally. Nice job getting back all 4 players, or I should say skaters, for North America, making life tough for the New England pursuit. But now they will have 1 minute and 6 seconds of 5-on-4 and a 1-0 lead. North America's Graber immediately heads off the ice. And that's typically what you see, is that one goes through the skates of Monahan out of St. Michael, Minnesota. But typically, a forward who goes to the box. It's sent over, and a great save by the goaltender, diving over to his left to keep it a 1-goal affair. Carithers comes up big. But typically when you see a forward go to the box, their team skates with 2 forwards and 2 defensemen. In other words, they have the option of either staying in the action or coming over for a change in order to get the lines configured. With a defenseman, you're almost always, unless they are sprung immediately out of the box, since it's most likely that they've already got 2 defensemen out on the ice, with the rare exception being sometimes teams, if there's just a second or 2 left in a penalty, when there's a stoppage, sometimes they'll put out 3 forwards and just 1 defenseman if the player in the box. And this is flipped up and over the netminder. And he kind of got stuck there as he was in an awkward position, and the shot, had it been further away from him, would have been an easier play to make. 13 minutes, 39 seconds. The time of the goal. And New England, after the penalties expire, have gotten themselves back to even. We've got the goaltender for New England with an equipment issue, so they're tending to that right now. Olsen, the goal scorer for New England. Zachary Steele, the lone assist. Want to remind everyone of upcoming events through Youth Hockey Hub. The Western States Invitational will be back here at Bloomington Ice Garden on September 13th through the 15th. The Big Pumpkin Pee Wee Invitational down in Rochester, October 25th through the 27th. Dangle Fest in Maple Grove, and the Blue Ox up in Moorhead. Both of those events take place November 8th through the 10th. Centering pass out front, broken up. The difference there being that the Dangle Fest is a tournament that is for youth female hockey. Coming in, stealing it, and then making something out of what looked like nothing. New England comes up with back-to-back goals and they've gotten themselves a 2-1 lead. Moments ago, trailing in the contest, and they trail no longer. They quickly flip the script. A nice steal by Spencer Thornborough, and then quickly moves it from backhand to forehand and deposits it into the back of the net. .37 seconds left to go in the first frame. So 14:03 time of the goal. And to this point, they've not. That'll be put back. What? A save by the netminder, the New England player, already celebrating. Huge left pad save by the goaltender, and didn't see a signal at first. Was caught halfway in the what a save call. Then was thrown off by the celebration of the skater and thought perhaps I'd seen it wrong, but he gets a big glove save and holds on. 10.7 seconds left to go in our first period. And remember that save. North America can get the next one and tie this game up. They just get across the blue line as the horn sounds. We'll step away from the mic, but we'll keep the action here as we've got the second period up next in a matter of 60 seconds. It's New England 2, North America 1. You're watching the 2019 North American Hockey Showcase on Youth Hockey Hub. Back and ready for the second period. We'll switch ends. So New England in their red jerseys, gray numerals and trim, going from right to left here. In the second frame, North America in black with red numerals and trim, going from left to right. And we'll go through the scoring summary of the opening 15 minutes. North America taking the lead. Frankie Schmitz, an unassisted shorthanded goal at 10:50 of the period, and nearly got through 11 minutes of action without a goal being scored, but the two teams would trade 3 goals in total in the last 5 minutes and 10 seconds of the period. Gus Olsen would strike for New England, 13:39 of the period from Zachary Steele, and then Spencer Thornborough. Just 24 seconds later, 14:03. As of this point, they have not handed out any assists on the Thornborough goal. North America chips it up, but not out. New England will cycle, feed it over. They'll get that through, and Giving wave at it was Hansen. Finn now back up on his legs, having been in the butterfly position moments ago. Brought in and tangled up was Eric Larson. It's poked away, and now New England will feed it ahead. Staying strong on the puck and going off the crossbar was Gus Olsen. Olsen, from there you'd have expected a tough direct shot, but kind of floated one up that started to come back down and didn't drop enough in time. 13:56 left to go in our second period, and the faceoff will come to the left of goaltender Finn Hansen. Controlled by North America. They win the defensive draw, and forechecking look to steal it away. Switching from right to left was McShane. McShane now camps out front. New England able to come up with it, and they look to feather a pass ahead. It's a race, won by the netminder. Netminder sprawls out and makes the stop. He saw the first New England player leading the pack and kept it away from him, but there was another in red awaiting. Got the shot off, and Hansen got it right back. 13:17 left to go in the second period. 2-1, New England on top. They've scored 2 unanswered. Getting a piece of it with his stick was Hansen to make sure that that shot didn't get through. Tracking it down, looking over his shoulder, and it is Bezerick out of Raynham, Massachusetts, a Boston Bandit during the season. Firing and scoring. New England gets back on the board, and that play was set up beautifully by Camden Shore. And I believe that was Perpera picking up his own rebound and dropping it into the net with 2 minutes, 16 seconds expired here in period number 2. New England scores the last 3 and gets on top 3-1.
Scoring for New England at a time of 12:44 in the second, number 37, Zachary Steele, assisted by number 77, Thomas Beserick, and number 9, Spencer Thornborough.
So it was Steele with the goal. Coming up with the stop at the other end is Carithers, and he'll squeeze that one tight with 12:04 left to go in our second period. North America, having played 2 already, has the first game of the tournament tomorrow morning. It'll be back here at the Bloomington Ice Garden over on Rink 2, and I say that because most of the games early on tomorrow will be played at Mariucci. That's the lone here at the Ice Garden in the AM, and that'll be against Team Minnesota, which fell to Team USA by a score of 9-1. As for New England, their next contest will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock, also over on Rink 2 at the Ice Garden. They'll be taking on Team North. Team North, as we've yet to hear how their game has gone with Team South, although that one should be wrapping up pretty soon. We'll bring that score to you as we have it. 11:03 left to go in the second period. Cycling it from low to high, back to low. North America sending it out back and putting it in from the backside. North America converging, and they cut the lead to 1. It's 3-2. Patience shown there, and the backhand offering, instead of trying a wraparound attempt and trying to score directly, they instead get it over to Daniel Browning, and he puts it into the net. Just 5 minutes, 10 seconds gone by here in period number 2. They'll wait, spinning with it, and looking to dish it is Iliff.
Daniel Browning, assisted by number 9, John Anderson, and number 11, Paxton Lee.
So the assist, the primary from Jay Anderson out of Maple Grove, Minnesota, and can't even get through that before New England comes right back and answers. We'll call it 4 minutes, 52 seconds later, just 42 seconds between the two goals. And New England has built up another 2-goal lead. Loose puck, knocked down by the netminder Hansen. Now ahead, a penalty taken by New England, and we will have a penalty shot on the way. 5 minutes, 11 seconds gone here in the period, and the player that was infracted upon is Easton Monahan. Monahan out of St. Michael, Minnesota, a right-handed shot, and it is just between he and Carithers. Slowly coming in from the left circle, waits, fires, and scores! Beats the netminder 5-hole as that one trickles through, and the two sides quickly going back and forth, swapping offense. A penalty shot goal makes it a 1-goal game once again. New England in their own defensive zone. Chip it out to neutral ice. They'll feed it over. Here's Monahan again. Now a slow roller in on the netminder, and he's able to handle that without any issues. The period started with New England with a 1-goal lead. It remains a 1-goal lead, although it's been a lot of back and forth since. 4 goals in total. And they've come in the order of New England, North America, New England, North America.
Scoring for New England at a time of 10 away to his second, number 37, Zachary Steele, assisted by number 9, Spencer Thornborough. And scoring for North America in the second period was 9:49, number 14.
So Steele
And a penalty shot.
with both goals. Spencer Thornborough picking up assists on both of them. The secondary on the first. The primary and only on the second for Steele. With it is Browning. Browning makes a man miss, and a second. Dancing through, finally loses handle. And ahead, New England looking to break out. Carving through traffic. Shore tries to find an outlet. North America coming away with it. Clemens advances it ahead for Browning. Browning dancing at neutral ice, and he's stripped of it. We've reached the halfway point of this contest. Thrown towards the net, but it will not get to the netminder Hansen. Hansen, who didn't start the first game, Ryland Burke did, but filled in for him. Chipped ahead. Anderson tries to advance it. Carving through, backhand shot and score. It comes 7 minutes, 57 seconds into our second period. And once again, New England on top by a pair. It is the third time they've led by 2. 5-3. Here the score. Poked away. Nice job laying out for that to make sure that pass didn't get through.
Number 9 with his second of the game, Spencer Thornborough.
Thornborough with his second of the game, 4th point, and making a good case for himself as the Youth Hockey Hub player of the game. There's a scramble. North America poking at it. Can't get it to go, and this will be sent out of the zone. They pressure, and a nice job there to quickly turn and get it back in, Frankie Schmitz. A turnover there would have been costly. Speaking of, here's a turnover, and the defense getting back for New England to steer that shot off target. 6 minutes left to go. Period number 2. 5-3. New England and North America duking it out here in a period that has seen 5 goals already. Thrown towards the netminder, and Hansen gloves that out of midair, then tries to quickly get rid of it, but not in time to avoid the whistle. So the War Road, Minnesota native will prepare for a draw coming to his blocker side. Controlled by North America. Iliff into the corner. This one skips through. Sometimes it's not about playing the puck, just making sure that your opponent can't. Trying to get it out was Monahan. A collision, but the officials say play on. For a moment, Hansen lost handle of his stick, but able to get back up before New England could get a shot off. They're attempting to get one through. That bounces off of a North American shin pad. Then a seeing eye shot, but it was off the mark. Diving to slow that down was Olsen, unable to. Prepara tries to flip that ahead, can't. And McShane goes from right to left. Drop pass for Monahan. McShane waits, tried to feed that over. Zimmerman, the intended target, icing the call, and that will bring action back to our right with 4 minutes and 24 seconds left to go here in period number 2. Still no score update on that North versus South game. And the other lone game, West and Manitoba. That game will be taking place over on Rink 2 and just got underway about 20 minutes ago. Chipped around, tangling up is Browning. Centering pass out front. And again, Hansen makes an incredible save. New England had mentally already put that one up on the board. And in the slot, the feed and the answer by Finn Hansen. Faceoff will come to his left, 3:36 remaining in the second. Snapping a shot, blocker saved by the goaltender, sprawling, and he covers it up with the blocker. Draw will come to the left of the goaltender. He watches as that one sails wide to his right. Through a ton of traffic, North America is somehow able to get that pass through. .305 left to go. Bodies piling up in the corner. And it's deflected, and fortunately for New England, wide, as that North America shot attempt was then touched on, and this will be well offside as the puck carrier had to, because of pressure, pull it back over into neutral ice and then come back with 2:49 left here in period number 2. Face-off controlled by North America, or excuse me, by New England. Wrapped around the boards. Stepping up. And now carving through, opening up that shooting lane and held onto by Carithers. Gavin Weber doing a nice job there, especially because he's a left-handed shot. Going to have difficulty getting a clean shot off on his off wing, so then carved back towards center ice. Got a good look. Carithers matched it. They try to stick handle around North America's Iliff. Unsuccessful. Backed up, offered towards the net, and Carithers, with his stick, steers that into the corner. Chipped ahead. A fight for it at the blue line. Sent out by Clemens. Brought back over, but offside. 1:53 left to go in our second period again. You'll have time, if you're watching at home, to get a few things done, as we will have a break in time to resurface the ice in between our second and third period. Sent around the cage by Iliff. In tight, and again, Hansen comes up with a huge stop. Now needs some assistance for a clearance. No stick, swatting at it with his blocker was Hansen. A.J. Young looks to get it deep. One hand on the stick, picked off, and backhanded out of his own zone. Iliff with that pass starts something offensively. It's stripped away. Here's Sloper. Sloper plays it up the line. Iliff. And we're going to have a penalty upcoming behind the play. 51 seconds left in the period. And we will have offsetting penalties here. Looks like it will be Sloper and Monahan. Each in the box for their respective teams. Faceoff will come to the right of Carithers, controlled by New England cleanly. They'll get it out of the zone. Hansen backs up, feels the post, but they'll wave off icing. It's kept in. Despite the penalties, we do skate 5-on-5. Just onside as the puck carrier skates first. Puck second was Browning. He offered a shot just north of the crossbar. Held in by Graber. Turned over. North America fires a rising shot up and over. 5 seconds left. Perhaps chance for one last bid by New England. They'll have to shoot as soon as they gain the blue line, and Hansen steers it wide. 2 periods in the books. We'll come back for the third period with New England on top of North America 5-3. You're watching the 2019 North American Hockey Showcase on Youth Hockey Hub. And we are set for third period action. And just underway, 15 minutes up on the clock. And New England on top of North America by a score of 5-3. They outscore North America by 2 goals in each of the first 2 periods. We do have a score update for you. We'll bring that to you in a moment. But North America in the red jerseys with gray numerals and trim going from left to right. Excuse me, that was New England. North America in black uniforms with red numerals and trim going from right to left. Easton Monahan, who scored a penalty shot goal, advancing it. Zimmerman losing his footing, tries to slip it around. Tracked down by Frankie Schmitz. He had a shorthanded, unassisted goal back in the first tally of the game for either side, giving North America the early lead, their only lead of the contest or the tournament to this point. Great pass back on the backhand, getting it back where he got it from, and nearly capitalizing there was Nate Kenny. North America into the offensive zone, centering pass, Browning, the intended target, and while he did get a piece of it, it was quickly defended away. In tight, they feed it over, and once again, Hansen has an answer. Gus Olsen, who scored the first New England goal earlier at the 13:39 mark of the opening frame, with another grade A scoring opportunity. Denied. Bouncing puck in the crease. They slap it towards Hansen. Hansen down with the pads and handles it with the glove. Hansen has been spectacular, and one of the things that has not worked to his advantage is there have been a number of times as he escorts that one away from the crease with a poke check. There have been a number of times where either his team in front of him has been unable to get a clearance, or it looks like they were going to, and it took a bad bounce for North America. So he's had to endure a number of times an onslaught of shots, or at least shot attempts, where North America wasn't able to get a clearance. And the attempted shot broken up. Nice job pressuring by Olsen as he broke up the bid by Graber. Then Wyatt Britton tries to spring Olsen on the long outlet pass, unable to. Here's Bezerick. Blocker save by Hansen. Hansen stayed up after the rebound. And again, North America couldn't get a clearance, then dropped down to the butterfly. But no shot ended up coming through. 5-3. Our score. No scoring here yet in the third. Diving over Hansen, although the shot didn't get through quite yet. And then got the butt end of his stick stuck in the netting for a moment. He's now free and clear. Sent up and out, and although the shot didn't get sent through, Hansen diving over to his right almost looked like the generic movie scene where you see like a bodyguard trying to protect a famous person being attacked. Unfortunately for Hansen, didn't have to find out whether he would have gotten there in time or not. 10:45 left to go in the third period, as he got some assistance from those skating out in front of him. Looking for a centering pass. Firing. And that was a great patient play. Sometimes you'll see players at this level, once they get behind the goal line and then start to come out front of it, they want to get rid of that puck as quick as possible. They're waiting for something to open up. New England just unable to get that shot through, but couldn't have put themselves in a better position with the time taken to let that play develop. Nice job blocking the shot. Off the skate, goes into the corner. With it now and looking to move was Iliff. Now back for Zimmerman. Fires, gloved by the goaltender. And Carithers holds on. Carithers listed as number 1 in the program, though wearing a different number, looks like 30. And he switches from left to right. Swatting at it. And Olsen gets it ahead, and probably good that he missed the first time. I think we would have had the play stopped for being played with a high stick. Fantastic job working on that. Knock it down out of midair. And we're going to have a trip here as Easton Monahan tries to plead his case. And I understand what he's trying to say there is, I wasn't trying to trip the player, but intent, not the deciding factor here. The fact is, the New England player was upended due to the stick of Monahan, and if you don't call that, then North America in the offensive zone with a fortuitous break like that could have really capitalized, and it could have led to a goal. The officiating calls it immediately. This is dumped into the offensive zone. And now finally, New England is touched up and good to go. We do have a score update that we were waiting on. South defeating North 8-4 to go along with the other results we had from today. Midwest defeating North America 7-2. Manitoba over International 3-1. Great Plains knocked off Great Lakes 12-3. USA over Minnesota 9-1. And East Coast defeating Pacific 4-3. Right now, the late game today, Manitoba and West battling over on Rink 2. We're here on Rink 3, halfway through the New England power play. They lead 5-3. Fending off one man, tangled up, good no call there. We've reached the halfway point of this third period. Fed to the point. Slamming on the brakes. Fed into the slot, off the mark. And a long outlet pass intended for Zimmerman. And icing will be the call. Despite the fact that North America is shorthanded, again in this tournament, that does not factor into waving off icing. Hansen watches as the draw taken to his left. Eventually will be controlled by North America. They play it up but not out. Held in by Perpera. Second effort, North America gets the clearance they were looking for. Offside, as one last touch there by Browning, probably threw off the timing of his teammate entering the zone. 6:42 left in the third period, 5 seconds left in the man advantage. Now coming out of the box for tripping is Easton Monahan, and we have an offside at the other side. Just outside of the blue line of North America, the draw is taken, and bodies bounce around, eventually dumped in by New England. And for a moment, they're able to fulfill the other half of that arrangement and chase after it. All they're able to do is send it right back into the zone. And quite honestly, with a 2-goal lead, New England's quite content, even if they're not able to get great looks, as there's a sharp angle shot from well outside by Olsen. They're content to just keep the puck down in the offensive zone. Great feed, and lifting the glove up was a netminder Hansen, but it's off the mark, up and over. Backing up is Sloper. He'll turn around, and icing the call as Browning. Not able to get there in time. Another thing to factor in, outside of the icings not being waved off due to a team being shorthanded, they're also not waved off if the first player to get there will be someone on the offensive side. As we saw there, it was North America's Daniel Browning closest to it, but he's got to touch it before it goes over the goal line. Larceny behind the goal line. It's stolen away. Sent out front. They didn't get enough on that shot. And Hansen there in time. Under 5 minutes remaining in regulation. 5-3. New England on top of North America. Sent out front. Great redirection as Thornborough wasted no time pulling the trigger. Played over. Weber gives a tap at it and sent out, then knocked down by Iliff to slow it down. But it still goes the length of the ice, and excuse me, that was Michelson getting a piece of it to prevent it from, when it was let go, it was for sure going to be an icing. Michelson got a piece of it, had the opportunity to maybe stop it. Blocker save on Sloper. Long pass ahead. Monahan gives a chop and then a second. Kept in and tangles up his man. Firing and scoring, New England's Gus Olsen. Olsen with his second of the contest, also scoring back in the first period. This one comes at the 10:55 mark, and it gives his squad a little bit of breathing room as they're on top, 6-3.
Scoring for New England at 4:05 in the third, number 14, Gus Olsen, assisted by number 6, Nate Kenny.
And a quick whistle as that puck had yet to be covered up, but the official losing sight of it doesn't matter at that point. 3:49 left to go in regulation. New England scoring twice in the first, 3 in the second. That was the first goal for either side here in the third. North America scoring 1 in the first and doubling that total with 2 in the second. Held in, Monahan. Saw a man parched out by himself on the back door. Now this will spring a man all alone, cutting in, waiting, and a poke save by the netminder. The poke check that broke up Alex Frost's bid and stops action with 3:07 left in regulation. Face-off controlled by North America. Graber. They lose possession. It's swatted down by a glove, and then some after the whistle shenanigans. 2:57 left to go in the third. And because of the offensive players getting involved, they will take the draw outside of the zone. North America back at it tomorrow morning, bright and early at 7:15 over on the Bloomington Ice Garden Sheet 2. New England, their next matchup on that same rink, Sheet 2, taking on Team North. Both teams will face their next opponent with an 0-1 record. Minnesota fell to USA 9-1, whereas North was defeated by South 8-4. North America gets it out, gets it to the red line. Under 2 minutes left in regulation. They slam on the brakes. Send it around from the goal line. Looking to set it out front. It takes a carom off the netminder. A drive, and it was deflected. The slap shot sent up. This is popped up. Backhanded to the point, not out. Another big swing, and New England gets the clearance that they need, and they'll turn defense into offense. Into the offensive zone. Kenny with it, stood up. They forecheck to steal it back. Sloper has that right up his stick, go from backhand to forehand, and they'll chip and chase. Stolen away. As that was Alex Frost. Coming up with it, North America. Gets the clearance, gets out to neutral ice. That's turned over. Centering pass. Defended well. Bezerick trying to offer up for Frost. They're both there in the slot. Shot from the point. Misses on the far side as we see it here on Youth Hockey Hub. Missed on the short side as the goaltender sees it. They try to lift it in tight. Hansen with the pad. And then it's wrapped around the back of the net. Coming out the other side. Inadvertent tie-up. I agree with the no call there. Hansen got a piece of it with his glove. Chipped up. And an outlet pass right on the tape. And a right pad save as time expires. 6-3 our final. And for North America, they will fall to 0-2 in the tournament. New England improves to 1-0. New England has 3 players, all with 2 goals in the contest. Gus Olson, Zachary Steele, and Spencer Thornborough. Steely also adding an assist Thornborough with a couple of helpers.
Both teams please line up on the respective blue goal
For North America, they got a shorthanded goal from Frankie Schmitz, an even strength goal from Daniel Browning, and Easton Monahan converting on a penalty shot. We'll go ahead and send it down ice level as we're about to hear the announcement of the Youth Hockey Hub Player of the Game, and we'll have the post-game interview to follow.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bloomington Ice Garden here on Rink 3, where Team New England has just dispatched their other team 6-3. Can't think of the opponent right now. We're here with the player of the game, Spencer Thorogood. Spencer, you had 2 goals and 2 assists today for 4 points. What was working for you on the ice?
I mean, our team was really moving the puck well. We were getting shots on net, and I think that's what put the score up for us.
Okay, you come from a program called Dream Big. Is that right?
Yeah.
What does it mean to you to dream big?
Dream big means to shoot for your best and try hard because, it's really hard out here. We have to go our best.
All right, you heard it from the man here, Spencer Thorogood, our player of the game with 2 goals and 2 assists in Team New England's win over Team North America. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yeah.